So last night I was in bed and I felt something kind of like tickling my chest, sort of, and I looked and there was a spider crawling up my torso, and I don't know, I was kind of drowsy. I didn't really care that much, and I just kind of watched it as it continued to crawl toward my face, and I started slowly like noticing that the spider looked kind of weird. I couldn't quite comprehend what was wrong with the spider at the time. I just knew there was something off about it, and then it occurred to me that the bottom of its legs looked like little hands, like not quite human, but little hands, and it reached forward and grabbed a handful of skin and started pulling. Did I mention this is a dream? This is a dream that I had. It didn't really happen. It was a dream. So it grabs a I forgot to tell you that, didn't I? It grabs a bunch of skin and starts pulling, and it tears. The skin tears, and it's pulling a strip of skin off of me. And then I realized, like in dream logic, that it's not pulling a strip of skin off of me. It's unzipping me. It's a zipper. And I woke up. So that was my dream last night. Hey gang, Tony here. This is a yard sale video. I didn't have a video last week. You guys probably noticed that there was no video. And there was almost no video this week. Last week it was raining, and I just didn't even go out. It was very sad thing for me. I wake up in the morning, you look outside and it's raining, and you're like, but the yard sales. Sometimes we go anyway, and that's what we did this week. And by the time I got to his place, it was raining, it was overcast, it was not looking good. We ended up hitting a bunch of stuff. We went to the flea market, bought nothing. A quarter of the sellers that are usually there were there, so it was really sad. And then we found, I want to say, like 4 or 5 yard sales after that too, and we still bought nothing. And that was it. I went back to Mike's place with him and got my car, and I was on my way home. And it just so happened that on the way home there were some yard sales that popped up. I guess because the rain stopped, it was getting a little nicer. People decided to do their thing. 3 yard sales. Of the 3 yard sales that I found after leaving Mike's, I only bought stuff at 1. First off, there was a framed advertisement. I don't actually have this with me because I bought it from my dad and I already gave it to him. So I'll put a picture over here. It is an ad from an old magazine from 1921, I want to say, for Victrola, a basically crank up record player. He has one of those. He has that same exact Victrola that's in the ad. So I saw that and I was pretty excited. I bought that for him. It was a quarter. The guy almost gave it to me for free because he didn't want to make me go back to my car to find the quarter. But then I ended up getting something else, and I went to the car anyway, so I gave him the quarter, because it's a quarter. But that was really cool. So my dad has that hung up. And the other thing I got, second thing I got, I do have here, lucky dogs. It was the Radio Shack electronic TV scoreboard. He had it marked, they wrote right on the box, unfortunately, $3. I offered him $2. And he took it. They're not. I don't think they're worth very much. I haven't really looked into it, but it's basically like a plug into the TV Pong game. I don't know if you guys could see here on the sides. There's tennis, handball, hockey, and practice, and they're all basically, if you look, they're all basically the same thing. It's all basically Pong. So the box is in pretty shit condition. Both sides are missing the main flaps that go on there. So the box is pretty bad. Actually, now that I'm looking here, it looks almost like they have something stuck in the side. I didn't notice that before. Something stuck between here and here. It's a mystery item. What is it? TV scoreboard AC adapter converts 9-volt battery-operated electronic video games to 120 VAC operation. So apparently there was an adapter that came with this. Now that's the other unfortunate thing about... Let's see what else they got hidden in there. Looks like one of the flaps for the box is in there. What else you guys got in there? Anything good? The manual was in there. This is all, obviously I didn't look very carefully at this, so that's pretty sweet. The official manual for this thing is in there. So even though the box is in pretty bad condition, the actual system itself was in this foam container, which I think is the original foam container. At first, I thought it was like a takeout container. As you can see, there are a couple of controllers that are hooked on. They're wired on there. Let's see if you can see that. And they just have these little paddles. Because basically, for all the games that are on this thing, all you gotta do is go back and forth with the paddle, right? So that's all this is. This other one here has a start button on it. And then there is a few options. They give slice, max, and min. I don't know what slice means. Paddle, large or small, so you can change the size of the paddle for difficulty. The ball can go fast or slow, and power on and off. So those are all switches. And then they have a selector for which game you want. Handball, tennis, hockey, or practice. So I'll give you guys a closer look at that really quick. And then on the back, the only other thing really here is the... I don't know, there is some kind of selector here, which I think might be a channel selector. If you guys remember on the old systems, a lot of times it's channel 3, channel 4. That might be what that is. And then I want to say that this is probably where you would plug in the AC adapter if you had one. Now, they obviously had one at some point. I don't have it, though. It didn't come with this. And there is where you would plug in your RF adapter to get it into the TV. On the bottom, you'll notice there's a little trap door. That is for batteries. So if you don't have the adapter, the AC adapter, you can still play it with batteries. So that was an interesting find. The biggest score of the day. This is going to be surprising for you. This is the biggest score of the day. All from the same yard sale. Stephen King's Cycle of the Werewolf, with illustrations by Bernie Wrightson. It's a hardcover book with a dust jacket, which is in pretty bad condition. It's torn in a couple of places. Obviously, you know, has a lot of creasing and stuff. The book itself is in good condition, though. I will take the jacket off for a second so you guys can see the book itself. And again, I mean, it's not in mint condition or anything. I would put the jacket, the dust jacket, in probably poor condition. Not poor, good. If you're going like, you know, poor, you know, very poor, poor, good, very good, excellent, fine, that kind of thing, mint. This is good condition. The book, again, you know, there are definitely some wearing down at the edges, some shelf wear or whatnot. Inside, it looks good, though. Take a look. Now, you guys might be wondering, why the hell am I talking about this book like in this way? Well, I looked it up. When I was at the yard sale, I saw this box of Stephen King books, which is a pretty common sight at yard sales. Stephen King is one of the, you know, world's best-selling authors. His books are everywhere, and you see him a lot of the time. I have never seen this book. Never. And when I know Bernie Wrightson, obviously, is a very famous artist. And when I saw this, I was kind of excited to get a cool hardcover Stephen King book that I've never seen. And I kind of knew that it was something special, but I didn't know to what extent. So the guy wanted a quarter. I paid him a quarter. And I really didn't think much about it. You know, there was... I'll show you guys some of the illustrations in there. So I got home and I decided to look it up on eBay to just check it out, see what it's going for. And the sold listings, I only found 2 sold listings in the past, you know, few months, I guess, or whatever it checks. These were not the asking prices. They actually sold for this. One was sold for $305, and the other was sold for $315. So it turns out that this is a fairly sought-after book. I don't think it's worth that much, this copy, because of the wear on the book jacket cover. Maybe a couple $100, I don't know. And of course, as a horror writer and a Stephen King fan, I'm tempted to just keep it as part of my own collection. Alright, so that was everything. Not a great day in terms of like the amount of stuff and all the sales, not having a lot of great stuff, but that book, man, that kind of made my day. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. What did you get? Did you go out to yard sales, find anything good? Any good books? Cheers. Breathe deep in the night. See you guys soon.